He got it. And he got the other one. Wow. You're a monster. You are a monster. What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? We are going to do a Jeweled Moray Eel care guide. Alright. He's right there. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm wanting to make this video for a hot minute, but I wanted to make the video really cool. But I'm no good at making videos, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make the video and call it as is. Alrighty, so it's a little funny, I'm a little nervous for some reason, but alright, let's get into it real quick. He will get full size in about 2 years. His max size is about 2 feet. Where is he? Right there. Alright. Jeweled Moray Eel is a wider moray eel than like the snowflake eel, so we gotta make sure the cave is so nice and wide because he is bigger, and he is far more aggressive than the snowflake eel, so you also gotta think about that when cleaning the tank and stuff, and inhabitants, because he likes to eat everybody. If he ever does get out of the water, he can survive up to 12 hours out of the water. That's crazy, right? All these facts are random. Oh, there he goes. Jeweled Moray Eel is a very easy moray eel to take care of. I don't know where he went. Tank size minimum. There's a lot of debate on that, but people say 60 gallons minimum, minus a 40-gallon cube. But as you can see, it has a nice cave network, and he can live in there really good. Parameters: 72 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. My tank got up to like 82 before when it got really hot, so he does okay. pH 8, into 8.4, marine water. Salinity, marine water, anywhere between 1.020 to 1.026. People recommend to feed them. Where did you go, buddy? It's a video about you. People say to feed them once a week. I feed my Jeweled Moray Eel every other day. If you have a truly active eel, they recommend a 75-gallon or larger. My eel is at the moment about 1.5 feet, so he's still okay in this tank, and I think he will be okay for long term because they like tight spaces, so I think he will be okay. Alright, I'm a little nervous, I don't know why. Talk about the like filtration and stuff real quick. So you want top-notch filtration, so you want definitely good flow inside the display, 20 times plus. You want a refugium because it removes unnecessary nutrients from the water, like phosphates and nitrate, and you want carbon and stuff and all the good stuff. I use big rocks. These are really big rocks, and they hold also anaerobic bacteria in the middle of them, so it also helps a little bit with nitrite, which finishes the nitrogen cycle, which releases it through the this gas out the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying. And I use a sand substrate, so you want good filtration. You want top-notch filtration because they eat a lot and they do produce a lot of waste. This living habitats, you definitely want a cave network, where they can definitely live inside a cave because they like tight spaces and they feel really comfortable with that. They are reef safe. They can go with corals and stuff, but you have to be careful with what kind of fish you put them with. They do eat basically anything that can fit in their mouth. They're pretty aggressive, so that's one thing to think about. And also when you're doing maintenance on the tank, I always recommend to do a well feeding of the Jeweled Moray Eel for cleaning the tank, because you don't want an accident and he actually bites you. If there is an accident and he bites you, don't panic, just wait a few minutes. Usually within a few minutes he lets go because he can't eat you. But definitely when he lets go, definitely take your hand out and disinfect and take good care of yourself. If there is an instant where he doesn't let go and he just doesn't let go, you might have to pry him off and bad things can happen. But it should never happen. Alright, so let's get into the fish that can live with him. Alrighty, with my experience, he does not go with gobies. He eats them. He does not go with any shrimp. He eats them. He does go with hermit crabs and other crabs, emerald crabs like that, and the what is that? A arrowhead crab. He does go with lionfish. He won't touch the lionfish because lionfish is pretty dangerous looking. And there's other fish that he goes with. So I actually have a list right here. So I'm going to go ahead and read that off, but you go ahead and you can pause the video and see that. But alright, let's go ahead and read that off. So, I mean, he's not even out. I fed him really good the other day. So let's go ahead and go over the list. Fish capability. So they can go with large angels because they're pretty large and he can't eat them. And a lot of these fish I might not be able to pronounce, so I apologize. But let's go ahead and go over it. And then we got a batfish. Oh wait, we got this one. Not even gonna try it, but that's caution. Batfish is caution. Trunkfish is good to go. I guess that's a big fish. You gotta be careful. Because you also gotta think, if you're gonna get a big fish, you gotta make sure you have a big tank. So a lot of these fish on this list I can't even have. Like there's like the only one I was able to get was a dwarf lionfish, and I'm gonna eventually put a green puffer in there because the green puffer will not get bigger than 6 inches, but it's going to take a minute because they're still juveniles before they're marine ready. Regardless, let's get back to the list. Butterflies, cautions. So caution means they can go, like for example, I have a blunny in there, see, and he still makes it. He can definitely be eaten, but at night he actually buries himself, which the eel is most active at night. But mine is trained during the day, so it's depending on how you feed them, and mine is pretty active during the day. You know, when I put food in there every other day, when he's hungry he's out and about and he eats in the day. It's not like he wants to eat at night. So the blunny actually hides himself in the substrate, and I think that's why he makes it, so nobody can find him at night. And yeah, he's venomous, so nobody messes with him. Other eels is a conscience, because you gotta make sure you have enough space for the other eels to live, but people do it, you know what I'm saying? Like they got big tanks and they got 3-4 eels in there and they all got their separate tunnel. This one would be too small. It's a 40-gallon cube, so it just would be too small for another eel, but it would be really awesome, but I can't do it. Of course we can do these because they get huge. They get, I believe, huge hogs, conscience, lions, absolutely, because you know they're venomous. Nobody's gonna mess with them. Invertebrates, you know, like the shrimps and stuff. Like I had a pistol shrimp, he got eaten. And then we got this, conscience, puffers, good to go. Good to go. Scorpions, good to go. Sea bass, but see, all these fish are really big. I mean, you get small puffers. They got smaller puffers at the 6-inch range, which you can probably do pretty good in a cube. But you know, I'm going to try the green buffers, and hopefully he will be happy in here, because it is a cube. You know, it's 40 gallons. It needs to be bigger. Regardless, you know, all these fish get really big, so I can't have any of these fish. Tangs, they also get really big. Triggers, conscience, and rainbows, conscience. Where's the blunnies? I thought I had blunnies on here somewhere, but blunnies should have been on here somewhere, but blunnies are conscience as well, that's for sure. So that's fish capability right there. And yeah, so having the Jeweled Moray Eel definitely have good cave network, so he has tight spaces and he feels comfortable. Top filtration, so the water is always top notch, and definitely do your research before getting any inhabitants, before you spend, you know, 30, 40, 60, $100, and it's just a meal for the Jeweled Moray Eel. Well, YouTube, I wish you an awesome night, and y'all be good. Laters.